my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Tuesday evening. I'm here in Rochester and I've taken Max out for a walk. So I went out at 10 to 7 in the dark on my own with Max. I'd explained to the guy at Victim Support what I'd been through this morning, which triggered traumatic memories. But I managed to maintain composure today and carry on going outside without losing my temper or getting upset. So 10 to 7, I got Max and I went out of the building, and I have been expecting all day, a small Amazon parcel with some mineral water in it, some Kit Kat Chunkies, and some sausages that I can put with a dinner or even do a sausage sandwich just for tomorrow. So I've been waiting for this delivery all day. Yesterday the parcel came at 6 and I went downstairs and I got it. There was no problem with the delivery. So I've just looked on my phone and it says the delivery is due between 6:45 and 10 p.m. So I've had nothing. There's been cars parked outside this block of flats with flashing lights. Cars, not delivery drivers, no Amazon drivers, just ordinary cars parked outside my block of flats, flashing car lights. When I went out for a walk this evening, I'd had a Fray Bentos steak and kidney pie. I'd had various fruit juices and snacks, and I felt fine. Very cold outside it was, freezing cold. My hands were chilly. I got up towards the co-op, and cars like my dad's little Toyota red Ford car, like my father Derek's. I'd had a parcel delivered today with Yodel on it, because my father's nickname was Derek, Del Boy, out of Only Fools and Horses, because he was a bit of a wide boy, my dad. He stole things and he was a bit dodgy. So he used to get called Del Boy, right, with the old man's cat, Del Boy. So, complete darkness on the field, no one on there, no boat stocked, no lights. It was a bit spooky and slippery. I almost slipped over, but again I can maintain composure and stop myself from falling over. I'm not a young woman myself, and I came back off the field after about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I started walking home past the co-op lit up with blue letters, and I saw the Harvey van, the Harvey, Harvey, Harvey utilities van again. And many yonks ago, Brian Harvey, he had a beef with Andrew Goyne. Andrew Goyne being Terry, a man called Terry, but he calls himself Andrew Goyne. And Andrew Goyne is still going on YouTube. But they had a beef with each other, and Brian Harvey threatened Andrew Goyne. And he was going to beat Andrew Goyne up, who is a man called Terry, but he uses the name Andrew Goyne, androgyny. And Andrew Goyne comes from Liverpool. I've just seen a white van go past. There's a white delivery van outside the flats. So Andrew Goyne comes from Liverpool. So I saw the Harvey utilities van, and then I saw a number plate with Anne on it. Anne and a big X, and that just reminded me of Brian Harvey having a to do with Andrew Goyne. many yonks ago. I live in Rochester, which is nowhere near Liverpool. Nowhere near Liverpool at all. It's miles away. In fact, I met a guy from Liverpool who met me in Chatham, and it cost him £200 in train fare to come from. There's the bus again. Matt, Matt. Hello. Sorry, Max. It's like an alarm. So my Amazon parcel has come, which is weird. It's come. I didn't want Max to make that noise. Shush, Max. Max. Wait. Stop it. Quiet. Sorry about that. Max is like an alarm. It won't. He's like an alarm. That's what dogs are there for, aren't they? They're there to protect you, and they're there to bark. He barks, see. So I didn't want him to do that. Anyway, so the guy has brought this parcel up the stairs for me, because I'm glad about that. He's brought the parcel up the stairs. Right, so I'm going to open it now and show you what I've got. Come to investigate, Max, have you? So it's heavy, so I'm glad he lifted it up the stairs for me. We've got some Shepley spring water by Amazon. Shepley spring water. We've got some Nescafe vanilla cookie dough latte. We've got a packet of squashy drumstick sweets. And we have got 4 Kit Kat Chunkies. And these are the sausages. They're all wrapped nicely. The sausages wrapped up. And this is what I wanted for my lunch tomorrow. Little Dino's Famous Frank's All-American style sausages. So that's what I've been waiting for most of the day. So I'm not going to want to eat any of that before I go to bed. So we're going to eat that tomorrow. But I've been waiting for that to come for most of today. I don't know. I gave my mother a ring. I've given my mum a ring, my mother. Basically, she's at home and she was asleep on the sofa when I rang her, and she sounded tired. And I said, have you got enough to eat? I said, how long have you got food for? Because Charlotte does my mum's shopping, and she hasn't heard from Charlotte for over a week. In fact, the last time my mum saw Charlotte was when I was round there, and that was a week ago, wasn't it? I don't have a car. I don't take my mum shopping. It's Charlotte with her partner. She takes my mum to the cash point, and then Charlotte does the shopping on her own. They drive my mum back, and then Charlotte does my mum's shopping. But my mum hasn't seen Charlotte for a week, and my mum's not very well. And I know for a fact that Charlotte knew that my mum wasn't well because she told my mum to take paracetamol whilst I was round there. So I don't know what's going on. My mum is fragile, she's old, and I'm obviously going to keep in touch with my mum and ring her tomorrow, but she's lying on the sofa asleep. Obviously, I think an electrician's coming out Friday because I don't think my mum's still got the use of a kettle. I'm financially unstable at the moment. These items cost a few pounds, and I cannot get up to see my mum. Not yet, maybe later on in the week, but I can't go up and see her yet. So we'll see what happens. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
At the end of the programme, which Tonya is really looking forward to. It's 8:45.
This is LBC. This Valentine's, treat your special someone. Get an irresistible main, side and bottle of wine for two at Co-op. We won't let on this, only a tenner for members. Keep on keeping the romance alive. Co-op. Owned by you, right by you.
Ends 18th of February. Co-op membership required. Selected stores online. Subject to availability. Please drink responsibly.
I never thought of myself as the giving type. But I guess I am.
Right, so we've just got adverts on LBC Radio at the moment, and they're advertising the Co-op, and I haven't been in there for over a week myself. The cost of living has got so sky high. I needed to get some water. So I've got some water. That was only a couple of pounds, that Amazon water, and the sausages were about £1.50, something like that, and the Kit Kat chunkies as well. It's a struggle all round. So we'll see what happens. I'll give my mum a ring tomorrow. She's going to ring me. I'm just phoning her up to know that there's someone there. I really can't do anything. I'm stuck. If my mum lived closer, but it's like miles away, isn't it? Like, you know, it means you know what I mean? Train or a bus. It's 2 buses to get to my mum. 2 buses. The thing is, my mum is a stubborn woman. I don't want to get all the way up there, and she wants, you know, she wanted me to leave when I went up there last time. She likes doing things her own way, and I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to go up there and then everything's okay, and then I have to go home and get stranded. So I'm just leaving things as they are. That's what I'm doing.
Right, we have with us Rachel Johnson, Joe Robertson, Gavin Esler and Tonya Antoniazzi. Let's go to Polly, who says, should Kenny Badenoch be channeling Margaret Thatcher a bit more to win over the right in this country? And of course, today is 50 years since Margaret Thatcher became leader of the Conservative Party, something we will either be celebrating or commiserating over. After 9 o'clock on the programme, we want to get your views on whether she was a positive or negative for the United Kingdom. Joe?
Should Kenny be channeling her inner Margaret Thatcher? I mean, I think she is. I think there are actually some similarities between Kenny and Margaret Thatcher, certainly in style. I saw Kenny a little bit earlier because there was a a gathering to mark the 50 years since Margaret Thatcher became leader of the Conservative Party. And I think, Margaret Thatcher was a very straight-speaking person. She said what she believed, she said what she thought. And I definitely see that in Kennedy, so I think she's already channeling her inner Thatcher.
What do you think she can learn from her? Because 1975 was a very different time. You didn't have some 24/7 media, didn't have social media. And Margaret Thatcher, in her first 2 years, she didn't really have any new policies, and she was attacked for that. Kenny Bateman's been leading the Conservative Party for just over 100 days and is already getting attacked for having no policies. What can she learn from the way Margaret Thatcher handled that sort of thing?
So I think Kenny's actually got a harder job than even Margaret Thatcher had in some ways because of the scale of defeat at the general election. So Kenny has taken over a party, my party, that had its biggest defeat in 200 years. And just on the parliamentary arithmetic, that makes it an incredibly hard job to win the next election. Probably the only person that's done or had the job that Kenny's got is William Hague, of course, who took over in '97, and we also suffered a huge defeat. I think the country was in a very different place when Margaret Thatcher took over, but I think it's about connecting with people in plain language, saying what you think, and building together a narrative. Yeah, Margaret Thatcher did come to be seen as someone who had a very forceful agenda. That didn't come overnight. That didn't come on day one. And in fact, part of it was shaped during her period in government. And I think Thatcher, the patriot, was bound up with her strong response to Argentina in the Falklands War. She was already elected by that point. So early days of Margaret Thatcher, it was tough. It was tough. A lot of people said she wouldn't last. And they were wrong.
Gavin Esler, did you interview Margaret Thatcher?
I did, yes. I can tell you very funny stories about her, but I'm going to tell you somewhere else. Because it involves another journalist in another channel.
Oh.
But anyway,
Imagine it's real.
well, you'll find out later, but I can't possibly say. Look, I think Kenny Badenoch definitely should channel Margaret Thatcher, because after all, Margaret Thatcher got the best deal for any major European country of the European Union. I mean, Kenny Badenoch should do so, he'll replicate that deal, he'd willingly take it back. But of course it won't happen. It's just a thought.
We did very well. 51 minutes into the hour. 51 minutes. It's better than last time.
It was 2 minutes last time, wasn't it? Good even.
Very true.
I think she should channel Margaret Thatcher because everybody, Kenny Badenoch should channel Margaret Thatcher because everybody knew who Margaret Thatcher was and what she was for, and more importantly, she knew who she was and what she was for. And it was the thrifty housewife is a really brilliant paradigm for a leader in a country where people have to cut their cloth. But she wants growth. She's on the side of this market trader. Her father was a grocer. She had such a good backstory. It carried her all the way through. It's 50 years, I think, to the day since she became leader. And Kenny actually tweeted a picture of Kenny with Margaret Thatcher. And I think that's.
We can all do that.
Wait, I can't. I had dinner with her once. I met her twice, but I don't have a selfie with her. I mean, good. Kenny, I think Kenny's.
I'll show you
one of the best. Oh, yeah. So how are you being served suddenly? I've lost my friend.
Let's go for dinner.
For me, it doesn't matter what party you're in, to be a forthright, outspoken woman, it'll get you far as I'm concerned. Should she be channeling her inner Margaret Thatcher? Well, she's got to find some tactics to kind of scrape her way back from what was disastrous election for the Tories, and also she's got to fight off the reform vote, as we do as well. But I grew up in Llanelli, overlooking Duport Steelworks. Margaret Thatcher was known as Margaret Thatcher, the milk Thatcher, not the choice Thatcher, take that back. And the impact that the mining strikes and the steelworks closing down had on my community, where I saw people you know, fighting in school over it. My father's a deputy head. It really did have a huge impact on people's lives, and I'll never forget that.
Scarborough for that, not Margaret Thatcher.
We can get into a whole other programme about that, but it's the legacy of Margaret Thatcher in South Wales, and for us it's a really difficult one. But as Gavin has been very positive about her positivity around Europe, I would actually like to thank her for that.
Okay. David is in Ventnor on the Isle of Wight. David, very good evening. What would you like to ask?
Good evening. Is devolution beneficial for all areas of the country?
Now, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight are one of the six English regions being fast-tracked in the devolution priority programme, which will see smaller district councils replaced with newer, larger councils for areas with at least 500,000 people living in them, and also directly elected mayors, which will be voted on in May 2026. Well, Ventnor is in your constituency, so a constituent of yours, Joe. What do you think of these devolution proposals?
So I'm sceptical of devolution as a...
Right, guys, I've had enough of that. A bunch of what's-its laughing. I'm glad they're having a better evening than myself and a lot of other people. I just want to relax now. I've been waiting in for the Amazon guy. He's delivered, so now I can relax and put my jammies on and just watch the telly.